Hello and welcome to ET Auto. Today we are joined by Mr. Pawan Goenka, who is the chairperson for IN-SPACe. Welcome to the show, sir. Thank you so much for joining us and giving your valuable time. Sir, first of all, would like to understand from you. We are at the Siam convention today. Lot of things being discussed around GST, about E20. What is your view? You have been in the automotive industry for over 3-4 decades. How do you see the transition happening and moving forward from here?
Well, let me first take GST reform. This is something that the auto industry had been wishing for the last 5, 6, 7 years. And I remember every budget we used to go with that representation. So industry is obviously very happy to see that happen. And I must say that what has been done is quite aggressive. I think not anyone would have expected this kind of relaxation given for GST. So everyone is very happy. The anxiety is what happens in the transition period. Because in auto, while for many other sectors, it's a matter of the input credit or sort of getting resolved. But here, the cess part is lost forever.
Right.
So that's a fairly big amount for large vehicles. It is as much as 22%
Right.
GST. So that's a concern that automakers have. Some of them are just taking a hit and saying, okay, we will just absorb it and get on with life. Some of them are still waiting for something to happen. So overall, I think very good thing. It's going to create a long-term virtuous cycle for the industry growth, not just for auto industry, but for all industries. So we must thank Government of India to take such a bold GST reform, given that our economy is quite buoyant. As far as E20 is concerned, look, frankly, I do not have any technical insights into it. I mean, there are people who are saying there is 10%, 12% loss of fuel efficiency. There are people who say, look, this is overstated. I don't know that.
Right.
But as the minister today, Honorable Minister mentioned that in terms of what E20 means to Indian farmers, in terms of their prosperity, their income, in terms of reducing the import bill of oil, crude oil, those are very positive. Right? I would take a little bit optimistic view and say that even if we are having some initial problems in terms of fuel efficiency, in terms of corrosion and all that, I think that's a matter of time before it gets resolved. And it's not something that's inherent in the E20, it's something that's probably happening because of the way it got implemented, I'm guessing. And therefore, we should give it some time, let the automakers resolve whatever issues are there.
Right.
And I think eventually E20 will be a very good thing for the country.
Right. When we talk about the R&D spend and how India automotive industry is growing, we are now the third largest automotive passenger vehicle market. How do we see moving from here? Because we are talking many things around. We are talking EVs, we are talking flex fuels, we are talking ICE as well. And how do we move forward from
So, look, let me admit that in terms of technology development, indigenous technology being developed ground up from within India, we have not done too much over last several decades. Something that we have talked about many times. I'm personally guilty of not doing enough in this area. Uh, there are a lot of islands of R&D work happening. But it's not adding up to a wholesome outcome. And now I'm hoping that the ANRF scheme that has been put forward by the government will bring companies together. What we need is more of a consortium approach. What we need are the technology developers, the suppliers, and the OEMs to come together. Because what happens is that for almost everything, there is a good, proven alternative available from outside India.
Right.
And so the pain of trying to get the Indian technology to that point
Right.
is not getting endured by anyone. And we need to somehow come together and say, let's form a consortium of all the stakeholders and try and make it happen. I'll give you an example. Let's say ADAS. Right? Almost all ADAS components are imported in India today, right? Everything is coming from either Korea or China, Taiwan, or Israel. Uh, what will it take for India to have its own indigenous ADAS development? Okay? We need some core technology for sensors, for LiDAR, for cameras and all that, right? We need a lot of software development. We need local manufacturing. All of that is doable. All of that is doable, can be done, but cannot be done by any single party. So if we can come together, and I have mentioned a few times that ISRO has a lot of core technology that will go into ADAS.
Right.
DRDO has a lot of core technology that can go into ADAS. How do we put our arms around it?
Right.
And I'm hoping that through ANRF,
Right.
we can put a system in place
Right.
by which we can do that.
Right.
Why does India need to import sensors?
Right.
Why can we not develop it indigenously? Again, we have technology available from ISRO, from DRDO, very expensive,
Right.
totally unaffordable for automotive application today.
Right.
But then we have to work on it to make it right for
Right. So kind of a full stack technology can be developed.
can be developed. And look, we have to leverage our software strength.
Right.
The whole push towards SDV,
Right.
software defined vehicle, is something where India should not be following others.
Right.
India should lead.
Right.
India can define SDVs much better than anyone else can with our software knowledge, but for that we'll have to.
Yeah. There are a lot of
Start
companies
down
who are putting global capability centers here because of
But
our
again,
software.
it's going out and coming back in.
Out and coming back.
So,
Yeah,
so
that's-
done here goes out
Out
and
and
comes
come
back
back.
to us with 3 times as much price, is what is happening, right? So how do we develop here and use it directly and not have to go out and bring it back?
Right. Being on the government side as well, how do you see that as a government? What is the vision in terms of, because always India has been in the catching up game, never have been a leader, except for the UPI that have come. There are initiatives on the manufacturing front also, putting all full stack manufacturing so that we become the manufacturing. What is your view? How do you?
Look, I think since I have a bit of an inside view, I can say that the vision of the current government is very, very aggressive. Okay, in every field, whatever you pick, what we want to achieve by 2047 is something that almost is unimaginable that we can do that. We may not achieve 100% of it, but even if we achieve 80%, 70%, we would do extremely well. Right? Whether you talk about power, you talk about automotive, you talk about space, you talk about defense, you talk about e-commerce, you talk about any field, there is a lot of aggressive visioning that has been done. And I should say that these are not sort of good to hear statements. These are backed by a very comprehensive plan on how it will be delivered, right? With a strong review process that ensures that things are happening in the right direction. So every department, if you talk to the secretary, joint secretaries, the body language that you will hear, I hope that I'm right in saying this, that body language that you will hear today is not the body language that you would have heard 5 years, 10 years ago. Right? Again, I have a bit of perhaps a biased view because I'm seeing these things from inside. But I would still think that the body language is very different.
So what are the areas do you think will lead in the global front?
See, I think in sustainability, I'm not just talking automotive, I'm talking sustainability overall. India can play a global role. Our ability to generate clean power is very high because of our climatic situation. Okay, the wind power, the solar power. India has vast potential for that, and it's possible that India could be an exporter, net exporter of energy, if we do everything right. And again, power department or ministry has a very strong, very aggressive view on it. If you look at hydrogen, I have believed it for last several years. I still believe that we can lead in hydrogen. Unfortunately, the progress in the last 3-4 years is not what I would have liked to see. But if we can crack the $2 per kilogram pricing of hydrogen, green hydrogen, we can definitely become global leader in supply of hydrogen, and therefore global leader in hydrogen technology. So there are a couple of areas that come to my mind.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. Lovely to have you. Thank you.